There is a particular kind of emptiness that follows profound loss. It is not just the absence of the person we loved. It is the feeling that our own identity has somehow evaporated with them. The future we planned is gone. The roles we played no longer exist. The very ground beneath our feet feels foreign. We might feel adrift, unmoored, belonging nowhere. In such moments, the question arises with aching intensity. Who is our family now? Where do we belong? Is family simply a matter of bloodlines and shared history? Or can something else, something chosen, forge bonds even stronger? Tucked away in the Hebrew Bible, between the epic violence of Judges and the complex politics of Samuel, lies a short, quiet, unassuming story. 4 brief chapters. Often read as a simple romance or a quaint tale of agricultural life. But the Book of Ruth is a masterpiece of psychological depth. It is a profound meditation on grief, displacement, resilience, and the radical, life-altering power of chosen loyalty. It is a story that redefines family, not by blood, but by steadfast love in the face of utter desolation. The story opens with emptiness, loss upon loss. A famine drives an Israelite family, Elimelech, his wife Naomi, and their 2 sons, to leave their home in Bethlehem and seek refuge in the foreign land of Moab. This is the first loss, the loss of home, of belonging, of national and religious identity. They are immigrants, outsiders. Then Elimelech dies. Naomi is left a widow in a foreign land. Her sons marry Moabite women, Orpah and Ruth. And for about 10 years, there seems to be a fragile stability. But then tragedy strikes again. Both of Naomi's sons die, leaving her not just a widow, but childless. In that ancient patriarchal culture, this was a state of almost complete social and economic vulnerability. She had no husband, no sons to provide for her, no grandsons to carry on the family name. She was utterly alone, adrift in a foreign land, with only her 2 foreign daughters-in-law. The text captures Naomi's state with brutal psychological honesty. When she eventually returns to Bethlehem, the women of the town barely recognize her. "Can this be Naomi?" they ask. Her reply is devastating. "Don't call me Naomi," she tells them. Naomi means pleasant or sweet. "Call me Mara," she says, "because the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." Mara, meaning bitter. This is a woman hollowed out by grief. She feels abandoned by God, emptied of hope, defined only by her losses. Her identity has collapsed. Before she returns, however, there is a crucial scene on the road back from Moab. Naomi turns to her 2 daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth. She knows she has nothing left to offer them. She urges them, pleads with them, to return to their own mothers' homes in Moab. "Go back," she says, weeping. "May the Lord show you kindness as you have shown kindness to your dead husbands and to me. May the Lord grant that each of you will find rest in the home of another husband." This is an act of profound selfless love on Naomi's part. Even in her bitterness, she desires good for these young women. She releases them from any obligation. Orpah, weeping, kisses her mother-in-law goodbye and turns back. This is not presented as a failure. It is the logical, sensible choice. She is returning to her culture, her family, her potential future. But Ruth clings to her. Naomi tries again. "Look," she says, "your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. Go back with her." And then Ruth speaks the words that form the emotional and theological core of the entire book. They are perhaps the most powerful declaration of chosen loyalty ever written. "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." Let us pause and feel the weight of this vow. Ruth is a Moabite. By choosing Naomi, she is choosing to leave behind everything she has ever known. Her country, her culture, her family, her religion. She is choosing a future of uncertainty, poverty, and likely prejudice as a foreigner in Bethlehem. She is choosing to bind her fate entirely to an old, bitter, grieving woman who has explicitly told her she has nothing to offer. Why? The text doesn't explicitly state Ruth's motivation, but her actions speak of a profound love and loyalty that transcends mere duty or convenience. She has seen something in Naomi. Perhaps her resilience, perhaps her underlying faith despite her bitterness, that has captured her heart. And she makes a radical choice. This woman, this relationship, will be my home now. This loyalty will be my identity. This is the birth of a chosen family. A family forged not by blood, but by a deliberate, costly, and unconditional commitment. In a world that often defines us by our origins, Ruth declares that our truest belonging can be found in the commitments we choose to make. If this idea of a chosen family, of loyalty stronger than blood, resonates with your own experience or longing, let us know with a like. So, the two women, Naomi the empty one and Ruth the loyal one, arrive in Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley harvest. They are destitute. Ruth immediately takes the initiative. She asks Naomi's permission to go and glean in the fields. Gleaning was a provision in the law for the poor. They were allowed to follow the harvesters and pick up the leftover grain. It was humble, back-breaking work, often associated with shame. But Ruth goes. And here, the story introduces a key concept, represented by the Hebrew word hesed. Hesed is a word notoriously difficult to translate. It means something like loyal love, steadfast kindness, covenant faithfulness, mercy, goodness. It is a love that goes beyond emotion. It is love expressed in concrete, reliable action, especially toward those in need. Ruth's act of gleaning for Naomi is an act of hesed. And as she is gleaning, as it happened, the text says, she finds herself in the field belonging to Boaz. Boaz is described as a kinsman on her husband's side, a man of standing. He notices Ruth working diligently in his field. He asks his foreman about her. He learns she is the Moabite who came back with Naomi, and Boaz responds with extraordinary hesed. He approaches Ruth directly. He tells her to stay in his fields where she will be safe. He instructs his men not to bother her. He tells her she can drink the water his men have drawn. He invites her to share their meal at lunchtime, offering her roasted grain. He secretly instructs his harvesters to pull out some stalks for her from the bundles and leave them for her to pick up. He goes far beyond the requirements of the law. He offers not just provision, but protection, dignity, and abundance. Why does Boaz show such kindness to this foreign woman? He tells her himself. I've been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law since the death of your husband, how you left your father and mother and your homeland and came to live with a people you did not know before. May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. Boaz recognizes and honors Ruth's hesed toward Naomi, and he responds with his own hesed. Kindness begets kindness. Loyalty inspires loyalty. This is the quiet engine driving the story forward. Ruth returns to Naomi in the evening with an astonishing amount of grain. Naomi is stunned. Where did you glean today? She asks. When she hears it was in the field of Boaz, a flicker of hope returns to the bitter woman. She recognizes Boaz's name. He is one of their kinsman redeemers. The kinsman redeemer was a crucial figure in Israelite society. He had the responsibility to protect the interests of his extended family. This included marrying the widow of a deceased relative, to provide an heir and keep the family line and property intact, known as levirate marriage. Naomi, seeing Boaz's kindness, begins to strategize. Her bitterness starts to recede as she focuses on securing a future for Ruth. She instructs Ruth in a daring and culturally risky plan. During the harvest festival, Ruth is to go to the threshing floor where Boaz will be sleeping after the celebration. She is to uncover his feet and lie down. This was a symbolic and deeply vulnerable way of proposing marriage under the kinsman redeemer law. Ruth, in another act of profound trust and loyalty, obeys. In the middle of the night, Boaz awakens, startled to find a woman at his feet. "Who are you?" he asks. "I am your servant Ruth." She replies, "Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a kinsman redeemer." The spreading of the garment was a symbol of protection and marriage. Boaz's response is, once again, remarkable. He does not take advantage of her vulnerability. He does not shame her. He praises her. "The Lord bless you, my daughter," he says. "This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after the younger men, whether rich or poor." He recognizes her loyalty not just to Naomi, but to the memory of her deceased husband and the continuation of his family line. He sees her hesed. He promises to do the part of the kinsman redeemer. However, there is a complication. There is another male relative who is genealogically closer than Boaz, and who has the first right of redemption. Boaz handles this with integrity and transparency. The next day, he goes to the town gate. the place of legal transactions. He confronts the other kinsman redeemer in front of the town elders. He presents the situation. Naomi is selling a piece of land that belonged to Elimelech. Does the closer kinsman want to redeem it? The kinsman says yes. But then Boaz adds the crucial condition. On the day you buy the land from Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the dead man's widow, in order to maintain the name of the dead with his property. This changes everything. Marrying Ruth, a foreigner, and raising an heir for her deceased husband is a costly obligation. The other kinsman immediately declines. I cannot redeem it for myself, he says, or I would endanger my own estate. He yields his right of redemption to Boaz. And so, Boaz publicly declares his intention. He will buy the land, and he will acquire Ruth the Moabite as his wife, to maintain the name of the dead with his property. It is an act of profound hesed, protecting not just Ruth and Naomi, but the memory and lineage of the men they have lost. Boaz marries Ruth, and the story comes full circle. Ruth, the foreigner, the outsider, the one who chose loyalty over comfort, conceives a son. The women of Bethlehem, who once saw Naomi return empty, now rejoice with her. Praise be to the Lord, they say, who this day has not left you without a kinsman redeemer. He will renew your life and sustain you in your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you and who is better to you than 7 sons, has given him birth. Notice this stunning reversal. Ruth, the Moabite daughter-in-law, is declared better than 7 sons. In a patriarchal world that valued sons above all, this is a radical statement. It elevates chosen loyalty and steadfast kindness above biological ties. Naomi, who returned empty and bitter, now holds her grandson in her arms. Her emptiness is filled. Her bitterness is sweetened. And the final lines of the book reveal the astonishing significance of this seemingly small, domestic story. This child, born out of loss, loyalty, and kindness, is named Obed. Obed becomes the father of Jesse, and Jesse becomes the father of David, King David, the ancestor of Jesus. Ruth, the Moabite outsider, becomes a crucial link in the lineage of Israel's greatest king and, ultimately, in the lineage of the Messiah. Her radical act of chosen loyalty did not just heal one family. It shaped the course of salvation history. What does this quiet story teach us psychologically and spiritually? It teaches us that grief is real, and bitterness is a valid human response to overwhelming loss. Naomi is not condemned for her despair. It teaches us that family is not solely defined by blood. Ruth's choice shows us the profound power of chosen relationships, of loyalty that creates belonging where none existed before. It teaches us the transformative power of hesed, steadfast, active kindness. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi, Boaz's kindness to Ruth, Naomi's eventual care for her grandson. These quiet acts of goodness weave a tapestry of healing and hope. And it teaches us that even in our emptiness, even when we feel we have nothing left to offer, acts of chosen love can bring forth unexpected new life. The story that began with famine and death ends with harvest and birth. So let's end with a small act of reflection, a live benefit. Let's call it the hesed inventory. Think about your own life right now. Where is there an opportunity for you to practice hesed, steadfast kindness, even in a small way? Perhaps it is towards someone who is grieving, like Naomi. Perhaps it is towards someone who feels like an outsider, like Ruth. Perhaps it simply means showing up, reliably and compassionately, for someone in your chosen family. And also, where do you need to receive hesed? Where are you feeling empty, like Naomi, and need the loyal presence of another? Be honest about your own need. Reaching out is also an act of courage. This quiet, powerful story reminds us that the greatest transformations often happen not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent acts of chosen love. If this exploration of loyalty, chosen family, and finding hope after loss speaks to you, subscribe to Soul Scripts. Let's continue to discover the profound psychological wisdom hidden in these ancient texts together. Thank you for walking this road with us.